All right, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Super here, and welcome back to another Mortal Kombat video. This one's gonna be just a random ass video that I thought about because I want your opinion on what you would prefer, and I'm gonna give you my opinion on what I think is best and what my preference is as far as the debates of single character with everything, or like the best moves, I guess, just a set character that's just one character, no variations, like Mortal Kombat 9. Then you got your variations, preset, predeterminado, default variations, like in MKX. And then here you got your custom variations in MK11. I thought about this because I'm about to play with Sindel. I'm going to do some videos with, the motherfucking mama of this game. Are you kidding me? Mama Sindel. And it's not only her looks, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get me wrong. She looks absolutely gorgeous. And she has a set of beautiful eyes. You guys already know. But to be honest, like, her play style and the moves that she has is what inspired this video. Because she has a ton of fucking moves that are really fun and really good. She has moves that are fun and she has moves that are really good. So, what I'm thinking about is, what is actually better? To have one character. All right, so I'll give you the pros and cons. If you have one character like MK9, you have, let's just say, for example, 5 moves for that character. That's it. And for the custom variation, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 10 moves. In MKX, you have a base move set. Most characters have the same 2-3 moves, and then you have about 2 moves added to the character, sometimes 3 moves. So in total, you have about 5 moves per character. In this game, you have your own unique moves that you get across by default, probably about the same, 2 to 3 per character. But then you add your custom variation. You could go up to 6 moves for a character if you pick 1 slot moves, or you could do 2 slot moves, sometimes 3 slot moves, or I guess the only 3 slot move, or that takes up the whole thing, right, is Shang Tsung. So at the end of the day, the character pretty much gets the same amount of moves. You don't get like more moves per character depending on single character, default variations, custom variations. But the thing is, like, if you have one single character with NetherRealm picking the best moves, or just picking, a default base set of 5 moves per character, no variations, you really don't have anything to compare it to, right? So you're just gonna assume the character is just the way it is. So that's like the safe route, because then NetherRealm won't really, well, they'll always get hate, because they're gonna be like, all right, this character needs buffs, this move isn't that good, blah blah blah. You already know how it goes. But to be honest, I'm gonna take that option out for me. I think gone the way of the dodo bird is the just one character like Mortal Kombat 9 without having custom variations or variations. I think that's gone for me. I think variations are the way to go. So I'm gonna scratch that off. Now the thing is it better to have variations, predetermined variations, or custom variations? Because you have characters like Erron Black, right? So Erron Black, to be honest, of course, you have the bear trap and you have the TNT toss. But then you don't have a way to maintain your safety with your best tool, which is your back 2 overhead. So most people are going to be using this specific variation for Erron Black no matter what. It doesn't matter what situation it is. Most people are going to be using this. Sometimes people throw in the kettle toss because you could do forward 3 tick throw, and it's actually a pretty good move. Command grab is still a high command grab, but it's all right. But most people are going to be using this setup right here. This is my Doc Holliday setup. Right? This is the, if I want to try hard, I'm going with Doc Holliday all day. And this would be, if it was like predetermined variations, you would probably have one move per variation, and then you would have different moves. Like, let's just say, for example, you would have this one for a predetermined variation along with enhanced, locked, and loaded, and maybe scud shot, or maybe a combination, right? But the thing about custom variations that I really love is that you have the option to put whatever the fuck you want. Because let's just say, for example, right, we could actually hop in here, because I'm playing on the Xbox Series X, so this shit loads really quickly. How many times have we wanted to use the gunslinger stance with, you know, the quicksand, right? When you come over here, I think 3 variations are cool because it takes out all the guesswork. NetherRealm balances it out for you, right? But they tried this in Mortal Kombat 11, and Mortal Kombat 11, you could tell, was designed to be a custom variation type game, but they chickened out at the start, and they created their own predetermined variations, and everyone was like, open this game up, please. You put so many creative and cool moves in this game. Open the game up to custom variations, because how many times have we wanted, as Aaron Black players, you could go across the board with this. I want to put my gunslinger stance along with my pocket sand, or I want to put the gun cancel with the blade, or something like that. You know what I mean? When you go to Reptile, I'm gonna play with Reptile soon. I want to use nimble, and I want to be able to go invisible. Imagine that, right? That's one of your custom variations right there. You could, if you have another move with noxious, you could put noxious with, you know, something else. But creating your own variation, I think, is the way to go. And the reason I'm doing this is mostly because there's a lot of people who actually prefer the predetermined variations that Mortal Kombat X gave us. And I'm like, guys, you have the freedom to pick what moves go with what moves whenever the game opens up to custom variations. And I hope that goes into future games, to be honest. I really hope that custom variations stay. By this time, Mortal Kombat 12 is already like deep in development. If it's going to be a thing, or if it's Injustice, whatever, deep in development. And NetherRealm corrected their mistakes, because in Justice you had custom moves, but those custom moves only worked in player matches. So you couldn't, you know, you had moves that only worked in player matches. You couldn't use them in like ranked or anything like that because they were too broken. But of course, they remedied that in this game by putting in a bunch of moves. And if there's really something that is too broken or overpowered, like Terminate for Terminator, where he gains infinite armor for only a bar of meter, and all you could do is just, you know, I guess not block, right? And then you have a little cooldown. Like, that is nothing compared to how powerful this move is. All right, ban that shit. You know what I mean? But if you have predetermined variations, one thing that I would not like is, all right, this right here is one of my favorite setups, right? I'll be backbreaker. You have the air grab, and then you have the teleport to do some sick fucking combos. If you have predetermined variations, I wouldn't have the option to pick this specific class unless it was picked for me. Maybe they put I'll be backbreaker with this move right here, the lunge, and then they put the teleport with I don't know, infiltration toss, and then something else like cyber rift, which nobody uses. And then they put, you know, these 2 variations, which I think was actually a variation in this game. Then you would be left with, I want more, right? Which is what we all felt at the beginning of Mortal Kombat 11, which I'm glad that, you know, they opened the game up and everyone was happy about it, because now, man, you have I'll be backbreaker, you have the air grab, and then you have the teleport. You guys have seen some of the sick combos that myself and other Terminator players do with those tools. Not only that, right, but let's go back to Mama Sindel. I think custom variations are cool because NetherRealm could literally go crazy with whatever the hell they want. If you have predetermined variations, you have to only maybe pick 6 moves in total, right? 2 unique moves per variation, but Sindel has 10, right? So that's a little bit more creative juices that NetherRealm could drink, coming up with different moves. Like, my favorite move that she has is the enhanced regal presence. This is my favorite move, and it's banned. Okay, that's fine. I won't play ranked. I'll go player-in-player matches. That's fine, but if this was predetermined variations that were going to affect competitive play, obviously, that move probably wouldn't even exist. My favorite move that she has wouldn't even exist, probably, because of course they have to balance the game according to what's gonna be played in competitive. And that's one of the reasons why I like what NetherRealm did with Mortal Kombat 11. I think their custom variation system is perfect. I think it's perfect. Other than the fact that you can't, you know, they limit some of the combinations that you could do. Like if they feel like, all right, this move with this move is too strong, so they, you know, they have conflicting moves. That's kind of like, oh man, really? But other than that, I think NetherRealm's custom variation system in Mortal Kombat 11 is flawless. Like, it's really, really good. If you guys play player matches, and you know, just like me, and you're able to use these moves, like, this move wouldn't exist, right? And if it did, it would definitely not be as fun as it is. And if it was a predetermined variation, you probably would not be able to pair it up with the Banshee dash, the air Banshee dash, and you would not be able to do the ridiculous combos that Sindel could do in this variation. So that is my 2 cents. That's just my opinion. Down below in the comment section, there's going to be a lot of opinions. I'm sure of it. There's going to be people who just want one character with all the best moves. Give that one character all the best moves. Make it like MK9 where you don't have variations. You just have the character with the best moves that they could give it. Some people are going to like the predetermined variations like in Mortal Kombat X or the beginning of this game, but I want to take out the beginning of Mortal Kombat 11 as predetermined variations because it was 100% clear when the game came out. It was even marketed as custom variations. They just chickened out. They got scared that it was going to be too broken for their Combat League, or not Combat League, their big like tournament, their Pro Tour or whatever. So this game doesn't even count as predetermined variations. More like Mortal Kombat X predetermined variations. I think they did a really good job with Mortal Kombat X predetermined variations. I think they did a really good job. But tell me the truth. Like, wouldn't you want to use Grandmaster Sub-Zero's Ice Clone with the Crown Master Command Grab, and then, you know, maybe the parry for Unbreakable, or the aura, the ice aura, interchange some of those moves that are custom variation or that are, you know, specific variation. But some people don't want that. Some people just want, all right, just give me the 3 very unique variations and I'll be happy with that. I'll play one depending on matchups. You know, I'll play this depending on this matchup, this depending on this matchup. I'm on the boat of custom variations are the way to go, in my opinion. I think custom variations, especially the way they did them in MK11, my goodness. Don't get me wrong, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of characters, like the Aaron Black example I pointed out, where you are probably only going to pick the same 2 to 3 moves, and the other ones are completely useless. And I think that comes down more to, like, all right, NetherRealm, come on, man, like, make this move better, or, like, you know, come up with something else. Because like Cassie, for example, she has so many useless moves, it's unreal, compared to Cassie from MKX, where she has 3 unique variations that are fucking awesome. Like, that's a counter argument to the predetermined variations, but I think that's just a choice in moves. Like, I don't know, they went a little bit too cuckoo with you know, some of the gadgets that Cassie has. I think that if they would have kept her traditional Mortal Kombat X and then plus added some of those if you want to use them as custom variations, that would have been great. But to me, I think custom variations are the way to go. But just a random ass video for you guys. I'm gonna play Mama Sindel, and I'm gonna see who else you know, I get my hands on playing MK11 a little bit later. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next